All right. Well, it says I'm live and it says there's 11 people here and my phone's actually showing the picture. So I'm going to turn around the camera if you can hear me. So. So first off, I want to apologize to Bob at the Electric Avenue. I didn't realize I was going to be going on at the very same time that he was trying to run his racing league. I completely forgot about it with my technical issues last night. So let me apologize to him for that right off the bat. Oh, hey, Mark. Thanks for showing up. Mr. Murphy, thank you for showing up. Mike, yeah, we have sound. Yeah. Hey, Jim. Well, like I said, I didn't mean to pull people away from Bob's show. Sorry. And so anybody that's here, go finish Bob, please. I feel bad. I even commented. I didn't mean to. Hey, and believe it or not, the StreamYard chat's actually kind of keeping up with the phone. I got the phone out and I've got the camera down here so I can sit down and like I said, I wanted to give Bob's stuff to time to get finished up before I started up for tonight. But Mark, while we're waiting, I was wrong. It's not Captain America. Captain America is the one that's the Viper. And Eddie, this is Eddie. Eddie is the Jag, or not the Jag, the Rooster Racing Super 7 that you sent me. Hey, Rob, thanks for showing up, man. Hey, Dell. And so tonight we're going to get to see Eddie run. Wow, thanks everybody for showing up, and I apologize again for last night. Literally, I couldn't get the camera to get recognized by StreamYard, for the one for the lap timer. I couldn't get the TV to get casted from the computer. I tried over an hour just to try to get stuff going. It's like I told Adam, I was going into Hulk mode, and I finally said, "Uncle, stop before you break anything." Oh, you knew Captain America was the Viper. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah. Eddie is the Rooster Racing Super 7 that you sent me. Well, that's what you said it was anyway. I guess if it runs good, you'll say, no, I built it. And if it runs bad, you'll say, well, that's the way he gave it to me. Hey, Rich, thanks for showing up, man. Dude, if you want me to, I will. Yeah, that's up to you, Rob. I mean, I'll be gentle with it, obviously. But what I will do first is to give you an idea how fast it is. Because guys, I'm smiling because I know, hey, everything's working for a change. No feedback, we're on time, knock on wood. But I put 470 laps on my track since I've gotten off work, and I'm just happy as peach. And so anyway, I got to run Steve's version of your car that I believe you and Fred bought. And so this has the very same setup, and I can't remember which one of you guys bought which one, but give me just a second and I will. You got the red one. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, so here's your bad boy. And so obviously, that leads me to the apology. So let me say this. So since I was so very upset, I won't say what I was saying last night, with the computer situation, I didn't even open up the laptop again last night at all. So no invoices went out to anybody. I apologize. But tonight, after tonight's show, they will. So yes, this is Rob's beautiful car that he just purchased, and it's like a similar version of mine. Yep, you got red, buddy. Yep. Oh yeah. I'm glad to see you didn't take the Trans Am out and end up in the pokey. And sorry, but if you want me to take it for a spin around the track, I'll be more than happy to, dude, because it's a beauty. But to give you an idea, I'm not going to push it because I don't want to scratch it. But I will push this one because this is the one that Steve gave me, and I've been running this one pretty good today. So I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And this is what I was talking about, the body height difference. I mean, yeah, quite a bit. So the TA is definitely the way to go. I can probably hide it. Where's my, everything's buried. I mean, if you want me to run it out, I'll run it hard, but I don't really want to crash your beautiful car. But I will run mine like the devil to give you an idea how you can run your car really fast. But I will take it first. I can run it casual without crashing it and still run some good lap times. Trust me. Steve built some runners, and Rooster Racing, the other Steve Crossland. We've got Steve Petrush and Steve Crossland built the one that I call Eddie, that we're going to be running that for Mark's Slot Car Garage. Road Hugger, oh buddy, yeah, I'm just saying that if my car will do this thing, then your car will go even faster. It's simple math. I mean, the higher center of gravity, the higher the weight, trying to flip the car off the track versus something low. It's just going to take more leverage to get that to flip over. So bottom line is your car is going to be faster than mine. I'll push mine to show you how fast yours can be. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to take your car around the track a couple times. And I will oil it before I take it around the track, because I did find out that with, once again, Mark, I got to test the black gold. And before we get started, I did want to say, hey, thank you for telling me not to use the gumdrops, because that would have, obviously made me look really bad. So thank you for preventing that. But I do want to give you everyone the heads up and the thank you again for endorsing this before I tried it. And that is the black gold gear lube. And that's what it looks like. And I can tell you, no, buddy. Like I said, man, it's, it's like when your buddy says, hey, man, you want to take it for a spin? You're like, yeah. And he goes, get on it. And you're like, yeah, okay. Spun a couple out with the real car dice. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. And I don't want to be that guy that goes, yeah, man, and then punches it and ends up in the ditch. Or in this case, put it on its lid, because I polished this thing to within an inch of its life. And so it sparkles. I mean, it literally, look at that shine. So last thing I want to do is put a nasty scratch on it. So, but back to this stuff. I can tell you with normal oiling is what I've done with this. But I didn't put any on the ring gear or the pinion, either one. And I was running laps. And I just wanted to see what would do if I put this stuff on there. And that's the only change I made. And it picked up. And so I thought, well, maybe it's just this car. And so I tried it on my Escort Super 7. And this is a bone stock one. Oiled it and then put the black gold on it. And broke the rear axle. Exactly, Mark. That's what I'm finding out. And Rob, yeah, I shudder to think how many parts I've broken on my Mustang. So my heart goes out to you, because you're having fun until something breaks or you hit something, or the popo comes up behind you and lights you up and says no more fun. That's what I was going to say. Is once I put that stuff on, all the cars ran quicker, not a specific equal amount of time. So that's why I'm not spitting out numbers. But I can tell you that just adding that versus oil, the cars ran consistent, faster, longer. And so far they haven't slowed down. And when we will show that tonight. And then the last car that we're going to run this evening will be the what I call Eddie, and this is the Rooster Racing Super 7 that Mark sent me. And thank you again, Mark, for that, buddy. I appreciate it. And I haven't lubed this one up at all because I haven't made any laps with it today. I wanted to make the first laps tonight while I was live. And then so all I'm going to do with this one is like what I've been doing previously. So maybe we can see an improvement. You know what I'm saying? If any car is going to get improved, it's going to be one of these with a Lexan body. So I'll oil it, but I won't touch the gears. And then we'll run some laps where I think I pushed it as good as I can get the time. And then I'll slap some of that black gold on it, and we'll see if it improves the overall consistency of the car, which is what I found, and then being able to push it and go even quicker. So anyway, we got some good testing to do tonight. The albinos in the independent front end. Nice. Oh, you did do some upgrades. Okay, cool. Hey, Rick, thanks for showing up, man. Hey, Keith. And not my wife. All right. So if you remember, I was waiting on parts, and then Monday night came and went last week, and I wasn't able to do the testing because I didn't have the parts. This Monday night came, and I had the technical difficulties that want to make me smash computers and TVs and go into a technological rage because nothing was working. But tonight, the first things that we're going to do is going to show off Danny Sosa bought one of the silver package chassis. So we're going to, here's how it is I've got them all bagged and tagged here. So none of them been ran. They just been assembled. All the parts come with them whenever they go back to their respective owner. And I put the silver shoes in there, so that way they can run the car until they want to put the silver shoes on it. But anyway, all I'll do is just like I did the last time. I'll take them out of the package. I'm going to oil them, and I'm going to go ahead and put that black gold on there because that's just going to be a standard on all my cars from now on because I'm sold on it. And so I can't recommend that stuff enough. I know I got mine at Wizard Performance. Great people. They're quick on shipping. I will advise, though, they always ship everything a priority mail, so they have a flat rate of $15. So if you're going to order from Wizard, you better order a lot to make it worth your while. I can't remember. I think this little jar was like $6 or $7 or $8. I can't remember. You'll have to go on their website to get on that. But irregardless, it's going to be added to every chassis from here on in. We'll test it, and we'll make sure it runs in the 440s, 430s is a bare minimum because that's what I guarantee these will run on my track with this body. And so if Danny's car passes the test, as soon as it passes the test, I'm yanking it off the track. And then we're going to go to the next one. And the next one it was my buddy Adam that wanted another one to go with the one he already has. And so same thing, we'll do the same thing to it. And then Mr. Murphy, I'm glad you're here. So here's your car, and I've got the other wheels on it. And I wanted to let you know and everybody else know that if you want to, I can leave it that way, and I can sell you a set of his rims, and then you can change them if you want. But anyway, if anybody's out there, if you want an additional set of Steve's custom aluminum rims, front and rear assemblies, I have 5 of these that I'm willing to sell for exactly what they cost me, which was the $25. And so if you guys want any of those, any point in time, let me know and I can get those out to you. But you mentioned, I think on Saturday show, something about getting one with those wheels on it. But I wanted to let you know that, we can go both ways. You want to do that? Okay, cool. Well, I'll just add the 25 in. We'll just get you a set of his wheels, and then we'll run your car like that. Hey, Matt, there you are. And that brings me to the next round of cars. Because, guys, I've been building cars. Matt wanted one. And his car already has the rims on it. And actually, it's going to work out to exactly the same because I don't have to buy the albino tires to put on here. So the ones that I've tested with these rims on my car, this is the one I was using to test with, was the one that I put the Neos on. And there's the rims. And so I found out that it ran just as good as with the albinos for the speed that I was going with. They're being wider and lower. So anyway, That's the way he got his. So it'll be the very same price as if you got Steve's rims or if you got the other rims. But if you want both, then I would go both, honestly. And then who's the other person? I know one was Monty. Monty wanted one. And then I've got one here from Monty. Hey, Randy. And so, yeah, you can see it's already built with the rims. And then I've got, like I mentioned, I have 2 extras if anybody wanted them, which are one that's already done with the race rims, with the Viper rear end, and then one that's done with Steve's rear end. So, hey, Todd, thanks for showing up, man. So either way, if somebody wanted one of those, I got one. But if not, I've got backups in case one of mine doesn't perform like I said it was going to perform. So let's get this party started. The very next person that was in line for a chassis, and that's how I'm going in order. And then, like I mentioned, I'm going to lube them and do all that stuff. So first things first, let me get the camera up in the air, get a suitable picture where you guys all like, and I'll split the screen again with the lap timer. And then G-Bud asked me to zoom in more on the screen, so that's what I did. So let's do this. And so that's about as zoomed as I can get. Now let me get the camera up. Oh yeah, Randy. We're going to see Danny's car, and so you guys are going to get to have a racing shootout. I had everything set up, so I didn't want to close everything once I got everything working. So I apologize. Now I can go that way, or I can go that way. You guys tell me which one you like better. That gets you in closer to where you can see the cars around the slow corners at least. But you guys tell me which one you like better. Yeah, no. They won't be making the show anytime soon, Keith. That we don't have to worry about anything like that. So as you can hear, I'm opening up. This is Danny's car right here. I haven't seen him in the chat. So Randy, tell him to wake up. A blazing Asia race off, yep. And then, like I said, so all I'm doing is oiling the saddles and the front end and the motor front and rear armature that pokes out, because on a TYCO that's really important because they ride on the plastic in there. And then I'm going to apply some of the, there it is, black gold. That's what I'm getting ready to do now. Hey, Mayor. Thanks for showing up, man. Like I said, sorry I wasn't on last night like I told everybody. That's my bad, and I apologize for stepping on Bob. I didn't mean to do that either. Off to a great start this week. So sorry if I'm not talking while I'm doing this, but nobody told me which view they like. Do you like the close-up view, or do you like the wide pan view? How much for the gold? Oh, I'm not sure. Let me see if I got my invoice. I don't know where it's at. Give me just a second, Mr. Murphy, and I'll go to the website real quick. So I got this is Mr. Danny Sosa's car right here. And before we even turn the lap, give me just a second to go to Wizard's website, and we'll get a price on that. It's wizardho.com. Black gold gear lube is $6.59 per bottle. So $6.29 get you that thing right there, and it don't take much to do your gears, so that'll last a really long time if you keep the lid on it. So is this the view you want, or is this the view you want? I mean, I can bring this tighter in, but obviously it's going to shrink the sides just like it was before. Someone make the executive call, or I will. I guess I'll leave it right here until somebody says zoom in. That way we can get started. Hey, Roski, so that one would be the first one, and this one would be the second one. So you're saying go with this one, Roski? Hey, Adam. This big one? Okay, cool. All right. Yep. All right, cool. Thank you, guys. Well, like I said, you know, I can obviously see it all, but, you know. All right. Well, we're off to a good start. It runs better than it did with just a battery. So, oh, just a second. Let me clear the lap time so we know. Yeah, 471 laps. All right, well, 429. Yay, we're off to a great start. So congratulations, Danny. Your car passed the Scott's House of HO test before leaving the house. It beat my minimum requirement of a 4.3 or a 4.4, and we got a 4.29 in 4 laps. So everyone give Danny a round of applause, and be sure and watch out for Randy's video when the brothers face off with their custom built TYCOs. Like I said, like I said, there's Danny's all twisty tied up. Yeah. All right, so this one was for my buddy Adam, so he could have a sister car to the one that I'd already built him. So give me just a second to do my lube and black gold. And once again, Mark, thank you again for confirming that that was a good purchase and saving me from putting that black gold on everything and wondering why my car suddenly ran like crap. That would have upset me. All right. Oiled up. Let me put the little dab of the black gold. Sorry, I was trying to read the chat and then my phone went off. So now I got to catch up to live. There we go. Okay. All right, Adam, here you go, buddy. Well, sounds a lot better than it did with the battery, so let's put her down. Cool. $422. They ran 450, 452 out of the gate, 433, 423, 426, 422. I'd say that's a success. In the bag it goes. James, yours is next. So hopefully I'm 3 for 3. Knock on wood. Just warming up, exactly. So if it'll do that that quickly, then yeah, give the time for the brushes and everything to work in and get the gears to mesh. So there we go. Yellow is Danny. Red is Adam. And this one belongs to my buddy, Mr. Murray, or as Brian calls him at PTT, ProTinkerToys.com, ProTinkerToys.com, James Murphy. So, oh yeah, rocket. So here we go. If you notice, I put my little custom touch on the packaging. All right. 4 eyes, it's 69.5 feet total. And I'm running the red lane, which is the outside lane. But believe it or not, my track is just about 50-50. So the red and the yellow lane being the inside lane, are about the same length. Not exactly, I know, but close. I'm putting some gold on Mr. Murray's rear end here. All right. Well, let's see if I'm 3 for 3. Keith, the track record is held by Mark's Captain America Viper, and I ran a what was it? A 298, I believe. I've got it written down, but it was the first sub 3 second pass that I'd ever had on the track, and it did it more than once, so it wasn't just a flash in the pan. There we go, Mr. Murray. Got you a 424 just right behind Adam. So, yay. We are 3 for 3 on the builds. All 3 of them are hauling ass, and just pardon my French if anybody's young, I didn't mean to cuss. They're hauling butt in a short amount of time. And anybody that builds cards knows that it takes a little time for everything to get seated. So I'm encouraged with the speeds that I'm seeing. So let me fix Mr. Murray's. There you go, man. Thank you again for your purchase. And I'll add the set of Steve's rims in there for you too, like you asked me to, buddy. And I'll get those. I'll get everybody's invoices from Saturday night and everybody's cars that we're showing off tonight. As long as they perform, we'll go out tonight. So, Mark's track, yeah, me too. Yeah, Jim, yours is on the way, supposedly, hopefully. I haven't had a chance to, pardon if that was loud. Haven't had a chance to get on Shit Pirate. Monty is not here. Well, Mark, is your wife good with everybody sleeping over? Big slumber party at Mark's house, just like back in the day. Parents are out of town. So I haven't seen Monty with SBS slot cars. Has anybody else seen him? If not, then I'm going to run Matt's car There's a cheap hotel up the road. So I'm taking that's a firm no. Yep, you've been looking. Okay, cool. Well, no, if he's not here, like I said, I don't want to run his car. The whole idea behind these builds is me showing everybody that they will run what I guarantee they will run before I even send an invoice for payment. And so hopefully everybody that's seen their times on their cars is going to be happy. But I want to wait until Monty has the chance to see his car. So this one is going to be Matt with MCM Slot Cars and Man-Child Motorsports. And just to show you his little beauty before I start lubing it up. What do you think of those rims there, Matt? You like that? I know he was in here earlier. I know he was racing. Maybe he's taking a break. But I don't know that he's going to be able to see them. There we go. Yeah, look at those rims. Awesome work done by Steve. And if you go down below, you can reach out and get him get a hold of himself, or if you just want rims, I've got some. Yeah. All right. Well, while we're waiting on Matt to reply, because he may be away from the computer or phone or TV, I'm going to go ahead and start lubing up his car, because I know he was on here earlier. And then if he's still not back, then we'll skip him and go to somebody else. But so I'm working on doing the lube trick on this bad boy here. Sold on the black gold. Does anybody else use this stuff besides Mark and I now? Anybody else got some firsthand experience they want to share? Because like I said, I know what I saw on my lap timer, and I know the only change that I made was adding this lube. So I wouldn't recommend it, because Wizard's not paying me to do this. I mean, nobody's paying me to do this except the people that bought their chassis. So that's what that car turns into with those rims. One of your members. Oh, that's awesome, Mark. Grease from RC. Well, I'm sure that would work too. 4 Eyes. Hey, thanks for the tip. So he just gave everybody in the chat. Look at that. He uses the grease from his RC car differential. That's a good tip. I'm sure it's lightweight like this stuff. I mean, electric motor. Well, Matt, we're off to a good start. Runs better than it did with the battery. Thank you again for sharing that tip. If anybody else has got some tips, let us know. You know, if Mark wouldn't have told me how to use that black gold and ruined a bunch of brushes and been really mad. Yeah. So here we go. Here's Matt's Porsche. Well, my Porsche, his chassis. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there we go. A 419.1 and a 419 flat and a 421. So yeah, I'd say, Matt, you got a runner, buddy. Hey, Joe. So has Matt rejoined us? He just beat Adam's car by about, I don't know, 300ths of a second, but that just shows you that just because you put Steve's rims on your chassis, it's not going to hurt the performance of your car. So awesome. Look. Thanks for shopping in, Joe. And since you're just joining in, I apologize to everybody for not getting the invoices out last night, but I was having some problems with sewing machine oil. Yeah, actually, this is Matt with Manchild Motorsports and MCM Slot Cars. This is his chassis, and I just wanted to show it off with, I mean, this neon body doesn't even do those rims justice. Exactly, yeah, it's easy to see on that black, and that's why hopefully you guys can see it go around the track. But that just proves my point that Mark and I and others that have used, like Jim Slot Car Obsessions, that we've used Steve's rims, they don't affect the performance in a bad way at all. So, Matt, I haven't seen you comment, but hopefully you watch later and see your hot rod. But no, I will get all the invoices out, buddy, and I apologize to everybody. So here we go. We're sealing up Matt's car. Yeah, I wanted to go Hulk on all my computer and TV stuff last night. It wasn't pretty. So beautiful rims, and like I said, I have extras if anybody's interested in buying them. They're $25 a set, or if you want to buy a chassis with them on there, I can do that, or buy one of each. You can do that too. But I haven't seen Monty here, so let's go to the Super 7s that I have lined up here. So I've got my Escort that's got a bone stock Super 7 on it underneath it. And then I've got Steve's custom. It's got a 2.5 arm with factory motor magnets and level 10 traction magnets, plus silver shoes, springs, and his custom rims on his pin, on the pin body. And then we're going to lube Eddie up, which is a Rooster Racing hop up from Mark's Slot Car Garage, so combination thereof, and it's on a Lexan body. So this one should actually be the fastest runner of all, even though it's got the stock arm in it, because there's no weight on it whatsoever. But we'll find out, because I know I've been running the pee out of this thing, and it's pretty sporty. Let me put this one over here. Anybody got any questions on anything? I see we're bouncing up and down on live viewers, and I'm sorry if it's boring to people. But it doesn't say, you know, entertainment. It says testing. See, I didn't even shave. I'm not, you know, I'm not even wearing the mayor's hat, you know. Well, I would think so too, but this one's at a handicap for a lot of different reasons. I mean, they both, what traction magnets are in that one, Mark and Eddie? Are they just a factory? If it's boring, turn it off. Yeah, I agree, Keith. Level 6. And I think he said these were level 10, right? With the factory magnets on the motor. You guys will have to help me out. It was a rough Monday between the vet and everything. Yeah. But okay. Well, while I'm waiting on Mark to answer, I'm going to. Nothing is boring. Yeah, no, this is entertaining to me, but to some people that showed up, it might be boring. You know, if you're here looking for an auction, this would be boring. Or looking for me to review a track set or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Keith. But like I said, I haven't ran Eddie on the track. I know what the Dale card ran, but I don't know what Eddie's going to run. It's been too long since I ran him. I'm putting the black gold on the Escorts chassis now. 10 is too strong for the 6 ohm arm. I was wondering about that, but you know, like I said, I haven't modified those, so you know, I know to stay in my lane. If you don't know what you're talking about, just ask a lot of questions and instead of saying you know stuff. That's just the way I roll. Just ask questions. Someone wiser than me told me once, the day you think you know it all is the day you've learned nothing. And I was like, yeah, very true. All right. Oh, run the TA. Okay. Well, here, let me put a little oil on it for you, Rob. Sorry, buddy. I forgot all about that. Let's do that first. That way, if you've got to go cruising in your real life TA, you can go take care of business. I'll put a little black gold on your gear too. All right. All right. So everybody, this is Mr. Rob Rodriguez's bitchin' Trans Am that has the same stuff done to it that my Dale Jr. car does. So I am not going to try to push this thing to wreck it in any way, shape, or form, but I do want to show it on the track. So, Rob, do you want me to show this big screen? Would you rather? Would you rather see it like that? Oh my gosh. This thing wants to scream. Zoom out a little. I'm hitting the zoom now. Just a second. Let me see. Yeah, that's about all you're going to get of the track. So. Man, Rob, all I can say, buddy, is you are going to love this car. I was just just barely pushing this thing at all. It's a big time runner. I hope you have a track big enough that you can let this beast eat, because every bone in my body wanted to rip that trigger wide open on those bank corners. But if I'm wrong and it doesn't handle, the corner wide open, then I'm taking a chance of scratching that, and I don't want to do that. That's a beauty, man. Congratulations on that buy. And Steve, awesome build, buddy. Awesome build. So here, what I'll do now is I'll split the screen again, and then I'll just skip straight to the Dale Jr. car, because it's got the same chassis as what's underneath Rob's car that we just saw. And that way it'll give him an idea of how fast his car really is going to be, because it will fly. Big horsepower, fat tires, all the answer. Yeah, that and traction control. Well, Rob, I don't know what your shade of, what color blindness you have. One of my bosses was colorblind. He could only see certain colors, but so he knew that blue and greens and stuff like that were certain shades of something else. But all I could see is a blur. Well, that's good then. Yeah, that's your fast blur. So there you go. You guys want me to leave this big wide view like this, and then so you can see the lap times? To give you guys an example, okay, so normally I can start going wide open from right here, because it starts banking right here, from here all the way around to the first flat corner over there. This thing has so much power, by the time I've gunned it from right here and floored it, it will fly off and hit. So I have to wait to floor it until I'm at least semi-straight before the rest of the banking can handle it. So that's how much I'm having to drive the car. Hey, I got into the 380s. You should have bought the white TA. I'm not sure which. These are whatever Steve put on them. I guess he would know better than me. Hey Matt, I just ran your car, man. Your car was the fastest TYCO that we ran tonight, buddy. You'll need to go back and watch the video, but this is your chassis, and it ran a 419 with the Porsche body. So congratulations on your purchase, and thank you. And Steve Petrish, do you know what size tires you put on your rims? Hey, Douglas. Oh, no problem, man. It was a runner. In fact, they were all runners. Every single person's car ran in the 420s tonight. Every single person's. So, but yours had the fast lap. Oh. 454 on the rears. Cool, thanks. Well, hey, I ran another 386.7 before I went flying off the corner over there. Like I said, I'm having to drive it. It's too fast for my banks. So it's a challenge. I love it. I love this car. That's why I put so many laps on it earlier today. Oh yeah, no, I was thinking that I might try to put some albinos on it at some point in time just to see, because these feel like a medium, maybe 440 albinos. Yep, because those felt like a medium stiffness. He could tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what they felt like. Oh, crash. Hey, there we go. 368. Cool. Hardin Creek stock tires. Okay, cool. No, this is excellent for a hard body. Yeah, 3.68. Yeah, that's in Viper territory. Stock Viper territory on my track. Stock Vipers on my track. My Shadow runs 340s, 350s, occasional 330s. So that's impressive. So let me oil up and black gold Eddie here. And once again, thank you, Mark, for the awesome gift. And you and Rooster Racing made a badass car. Oh, yeah, man. I'm telling you what, this thing is fast fun. You can drive this thing comfortably fast, is like Mark and I like to call it. And sometimes having a car that's blazing fast isn't always fun to drive, because they're always on the ragged edge of flying off the track. But that thing, you can go fast comfortably, and then you just know when you're pushing it that you're flirting with disaster. So awesome build, fun car to drive. I've enjoyed it all afternoon. Between it and the Escort, one of the three. Was an early prototype. Wow, nice. Hell yeah. Well, it's getting all black gold and Scotch Secret oil all done up. I know the Lexan body drags around the corners. Oh, nice. That's awesome, Mark. No, I love being testers for stuff like that. And Rob, you're right, man. I'm proud as Peach of all these cars. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. I haven't even gotten warmed up yet. I need to trim on this body. Obviously, I don't know if you guys can hear it scratching through the banks, but I'm already running pretty good lap times, and I only ran 3 laps. So let's see if we can't bust into the 350s. I think we can. Do you guys want this view, or do you want me to come back in more? Do you like it better seeing the blur You guys tell me. I'm trying to make it more enjoyable. This has the balanced arm in it. Yeah, it's smooth. I'll look at. There's no balancing marks. Unless it was just made balanced. Like seeing the track? Okay, cool. We'll leave it like this then. Ah. Yeah, definitely got a trim on that. It's lifting the front end through my corners. Uh-oh. Jammed the shoe. Gotta do some work. By adding material, not taking off. Look for black epoxy between the stacks. Okay, yeah, I can see some in there. So yes, it is then. I think I may have bent the shoe. Yeah. Sorry. The pit crew's working on the car right now. This was not in the plans. You broke it, now you have to buy it. Oh, yeah, I think I foobarred that silver shoe up. Yeah. Okay, well, due to poor driving, the sanctioning bodies determined that the car is not fit to hit the track again. Yeah, I bent the shoe saddle that goes on the hanger, and so now it's all jacked. Yeah. Okay, so Eddie's going to need some work, but that's okay because we still got a couple more cars to run. Viper shoes? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I know they will. I'm not going to sit here and repair cars because I can run your Captain America car and I can run my Shadow car to give an example. So this is my one I call the Shadow. This is the one I race whenever we're racing hard body Viper cars. Bone stock Viper except for albino tires. And then we're going to run a few laps with that, and then we're going to run Captain America here. This is the track record holder. And so yeah, Mike, that's exactly right. The motor's balanced, but the driver isn't. I think that's always the case. I'm just saying. Coming from a guy that's been around a lot of race car drivers, I'm sure Keith and Mary can back me up on that one. I'm just oiling up my car since he hadn't been touched in a while. All right. Maybe you should have kept that car. Now, Mark. Keith, that's hilarious. And Mike, yeah, both of you, I agree 100%. It's always the nut behind the wheel. And I like the refrigerators when the door closes, the light goes out. Hey, Keith, I'll just tell you right now, sometimes there was no light to start with. So. Yeah, Shadow's pretty quick. For a bone stock Viper. Except for the tires. I was trying to get it into the 330s, but that's hard to do. Especially when even there's only 29 people watching. So far it's ran a okay, so yeah, 348, 345, and a 340. That's not bad. That's about what I said it'd run. And occasionally it can pop off the 330, so I'll give it a couple more laps and see. That's first. Hey, Tom, thanks for showing up, buddy. Yeah, honestly, the what I focus on when I'm seeing this car around the track is that white on the stripe and the white tires. That the white is the only thing I can see. So I just look for the white streak, basically. That's why it's called the Shadow. Well, looks like peer pressure's getting to me. It looks like I'm stuck in the 340s. Well, clean his tires and put him down. We'll get out old Captain America here. You can only hear it. Well, even though this one's got color, it's not going to be much better. So let me give it some oil and some black gold. It doesn't show up at all on the camera. Well, that's why there's that other screen over there. Yeah. So you can kind of listen to the sound and see a number change. And oh, he made a lap. And I've noticed that StreamYard's frame rate isn't exactly the greatest. So I am going to be trying to work with that OPS, I think it's called, or something like that. I'm going to try to get it because you can actually do HD picture-in-picture stuff. So. Oh, I was trying to get into the twos for you, Mark. I was trying. I got close. So that now you guys know why I call him Captain America, man. He's pretty badass. I don't know if you guys can see that time, but I can. The hot stock arm is a different animal. Yeah. Just a little bit. Oh yeah. It's got a total different pitch compared to the Shadow. So in case you just missed it, this is once again a gift from Mark's Slot Car Garage. This is the one I call Captain America Viper that he built, and it flies. A wizard arm. Okay, cool. Yeah, here. Yep. Musha. Hey, Tom, thanks for showing up, man. Wow, back up to 35 people. Well, thank everybody for showing up. Like I said, I'm just running cars and showing lap times and stuff. And this one, like I said, if you missed it, this is the track record holder. And it was built by Mark. And so far, I haven't built up one of my badass TYCOs with a Lexan body to try to dethrone it. But until then, it is the man on the track. So let's see if I can bust into the twos. And if memory serves me correct, I ran a 2.98 to set the track record the last time. Yeah, crazy fast time. Yep. Yeah, that's why our old eyes can only handle so many of those races with those really fast cars whenever the guys come over. So we have to actually slow down a little bit so we can actually see them after a while. Oh, I'm trying to get it in there. Hey, new lap record for the night so far, a 3:03.1. Yeah, it's got the maxi track. That's what makes mine so impressive. So what he's talking about, look, take a look at the traction magnets. Those are stock Viper. And then these are the winged maxi mags. See how they flare out? So helps keep your butt on the track when your car is trying to kick out. And unless you guys are sick of me doing that, I'd really like to try to see if I can break into the 2s. Think about that for a second. I'm going 69.5 feet in just under 3 seconds, if I can get there. But even 3 seconds flat's pretty impressive. Hey, if you're going to wreck, at least come right back to yourself. Ah, so close. Yeah, well, 3008, 3003. I'm so close, guys. I don't want to give up now. Sorry. It's the bullheaded in me coming out. Oh yeah, no. If I wasn't here in person, being able to follow this with my eyes, I don't know how anybody else would be able to. You just have to pick a spot and wait for the blur to go by. And I'm not even trying to see what you guys are seeing. I'll try to watch it later tonight, but I'm sure it's just a streak going around. All right, so let's see if I can bust into the 2s. Fast ass car, Mark. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this car. Oh, the computer glitched. That's funny. Yeah, no, I didn't run no 598. I'm guessing that's a 298, but whatever. Oh no, man, thank you. No, man, that's that's what I tell everybody, and I'm hoping everybody sees the smile on my face because I am having a blast. So let's see if we can actually get the timing system to read correctly. Make sure there's nothing covering it. All right. Well, it did it again. I'm going to have to go into my settings on my bias suit. Maybe I don't have it set up to where I can go quicker than a 3-second lap. Because there's no way. I'm thinking that's a 297 and a 282. 297, yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Yeah, because there's nothing over that eye. It's still dead center. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say that's a 297, but I'm still having fun, so I'll run it again. I'll worry about going into my settings on my biasu later. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, no, it's already broken into the 2 several times. It's my biasu set up with the 3-second max. So it's reverting to whatever. So yeah, 299, 297. Yeah. This thing's flying. It broke the timer. Well, you can actually set the minimum lap time so that if somebody accidentally puts a finger underneath the timer, whatever, it won't count it, and then it throws up some random number. But as consistently as it's saying it's going into the fives after I'm running a 3.0, that's telling me that it's popping out a 5 whatever, and then the 99 whatever part is the actual how fast it's running. So you guys got to watch several sub 3-second runs, in my opinion. This thing hauls ass. And just so you know, I've already had to work on it. I mean, I had to replace a shoe already because this thing flies so fast that when it wrecks, sometimes stuff just breaks. So yeah, 299. Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I'll go in there next Monday night if I'm able to get everything working normally. I'll have the timer set up for a quick speed of no more than 2 seconds. So then that way we can get an accurate time, and we'll run it again because I see a 5.82. And if that's accurate, that'd actually be the new track record. So real speed of 13 mile an hour. That's insane. So great build, Mark. Too fast to register. I tell you guys, light some sparks and melt some plastic, and this thing's doing everything it can to melt it. That's for damn sure. Nice. Well, is Paul still here? Oh yeah. Well, you made me proud when you got my TYCO down into the 280s on your track, dude. That warmed the heart. So thank you. Paul was asking about this Mustang the other night. This is one of my personal Vipers that I put Steve's rims on. Hey, no problem, Rick. Thank you for showing up, man. Have a good evening, man. Don't work too hard the rest of the week. So I'll take a few laps with a car that's white, so you might be able to see it. And it's not nearly as fast as what we just saw, but, I'll go until about 8:30. We'll just show it off again. And that's one of the iWheels bodies. That's why it's that pearl white. So I've got a IROC set of Mustangs on Vipers that are like that, red, white, blue, and yellow, and then I got that one just for me. Oh, nice. Thank you, No Drama. Yeah. Oh no, Mark, I'm happy with anything you send me, buddy, and I'm working on some more TYCO stuff. yeah, Tom. It's a rabbit hole, and you can just keep going deeper and deeper. Yeah. I know this car drives differently than the car I just had. So this is a hard body stock Viper versus a Lexan bodied hopped up Viper. So I gotta be judicious with my throttle control until I learn the limits. But at least maybe you guys can see it because it's white. If I could, keep it on the track. I'm slowly getting. I guess it's like drinking tequila back whenever I was younger. The more you drink, the more courage you get. And so I'm finally getting down to where the stock Viper speed should be, which is, like I said, the mid threes. Rob, honestly, the Fusions, and Mark would be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Fusions are the fastest mass-produced ones on that scale that you can buy. But I could be wrong. And guys, I can't tell you enough how much I recommend this stuff. It is worth all $6.29. And just go to Wizard and get you some. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Yeah, for the home track, there's no doubt. For a click-clack track, yeah. This is pushing the limit on a click-clack track in my book. This is as fast as I would think you'd want to go. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right, you know. Just means that's my personal opinion. I mean, I'm covering 69.5 feet in less than 3 seconds. I think that's fast enough. I just, you know, it's hard to see the car anyway. All right. So there's my Mustang. Yeah, exactly. See, there's the other thing too. Is I'm glad you pointed that out. Just because a car is listed as being has more performance doesn't mean it's the right car for what you're trying to do. Because if you've got a click-clack track and you try to put something like what he just mentioned on, you'll start pulling the rails up out of your plastic track, and then you're kind of screwed. Yeah, metal gears. Yeah, seeing people try to do that with stock type stuff, you don't want to do that either. But you know, hey, we've been on for almost an hour and a half, and Mark, thank you again for sharing the tip on the black gold. You know, saying that was a good thing to use and to stay away from the drops, the com drops. So anybody that you see use those, just let them know that it's like a one-hit wonder, and then it's going to gum up your comms. So it's a one race deal, and then you're done. So I can recommend the black gold from Wizard, but I would not recommend the com drops. Where's it at? Here, I can show you. This is what he said to avoid. But this, I would give this 2 thumbs up and a pot of gold. Not just black gold, pot of gold. That's it's worth it. Like I said, $6.29. And then if you're there, I would buy more stuff because they have a standard shipping flat rate of $15. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $20 for that jar, and that doesn't make much sense. So I do want to congratulate Danny, Adam, and Mr. Murray on their Viper builds, and Matt with Manchild Motorsports and MCM Slot Cars on. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 successful TYCO builds get showed off tonight, and then the next time we do the live on Monday, hopefully next week, we'll show off Monty's car. Just remember, if anybody's interested, I have 2 more of those exact same chassis up for sale. So it's basically the cost of the brand new chassis and then the parts cost, and I make a whole $3.40 for putting it all together. So if you're interested, reach out to me and let me know. And if you want some of Steve's awesome custom aluminum rims, let me know about that too. I can get you sets of those already all set up, $25 a pair. And then if you want to get a hold of Steve about doing something like this, like what he did for Mr. Rob Rodriguez and Fred with their Firebirds and their Trans Ams, or something like what he did for me, then you can reach out down to him below. And then so it goes Steve's with his custom aluminum rims. You can email and text him. Then right below him, you've got Keith Rooster Horton, which does all my diorama stuff. You can see some of his Gators here, his little pop-ups over here, and his barriers and his Scotty potties. And the man's an artist. He's got bodies that we tested that are actually lighter than the factory AFX bodies. And it picked up 1/10 of a second over my race car just by changing the body. But this is a Chevy, so none of my friends are going to get this one. But anyway, 1/10 of a second's a lot on a track like that. So after you get a hold of Keith, and you can go down and reach out to my buddy Matt with Manchild Motorsports once again and MCM Slot Cars, and ask him about getting some of these awesome controller holders that you've been seeing me put the controllers in all night. And reach out to him and be sure and subscribe to both of his channels. And then down below him, we have Luke with mx69.com. He's got a discount code, Scott's HO20. So copy that code, hit the link that's in the address right there to get you onto eBay. Go shopping in his store, add stuff to your cart, paste that discount code in there, get your discount, and tell him thank you for supporting the hobby. And then right below him, I have Steve with Rooster Racing, and I have his information on how to get a hold of him on Facebook for some of his custom builds, if I can spit it out right. And he does Super 7s, and he does other chassis as well as custom builds for whatever you need. So spec legal or as fast as you can afford to let your wallet go. And then down below him, I have G-Bud's Custom and Speed Shop. He wanted me to add him in there, so I've got G-Bud down in there below. So be sure and go by and support G-Bud. He's currently taking orders for any custom paint jobs that you guys want, or he's like the AutoWorld Expert King right next to Mark. Those guys are battling for that championship. But I'm teasing, Mark. You know I'm kidding. But G-Bud is a good guy, and I know that he would appreciate if you sent any business his way to get some custom paint jobs done on your cars. I can tell you firsthand that I'm a happy camper. This is one of his custom pieces right here. So yeah, give G-Bud a shout and tell him thank you for supporting the hobby, and tell him that the hillbilly from Missouri sent you. And then last but not least, I want to thank my 3-channel moderators, and that's Adam Hurt with the original Adam Hurt, and Adam Slot Cars and More with Adam, Brianna, and Alex. Appreciate their friendship and support. And since I started this channel, Adam's been right there with me. Mark with Mark Slot Car Garage, he's down here. He's one of the 2 Marks that's the moderator on the channel. Thank you for checking in and keeping an eye on the chat and supporting the hobby as well, buddy. And Mark, the mayor with Gale Force Raceway, thank you, and Sweet Jane for your friendship and support and helping out also in the chat also, guys. And then last but not least, Brian's on vacation, but ProTinkerToys.com has still got sales going on. If you go to their website and check it out, he's got the Brian's bargains. They've got things slashed and percentages off. I don't know everything. I just know that every time I turn around, there's something new added to the website. So it's someplace you always want to go check out. So go by and support Brian, Ryan, Danny, and Mac in the gang. And then as always, I always want to throw a shout out to the small people that are making a big contribution to the hobby. And that would be like Viper Scale Racing. Obviously, they make a quality product. Support Dan and Viper Racing. I use their parts on my builds. So I don't use crap. I want it to last if I'm going to put my stamp on it. So they got my stamp, and I firmly endorse Viper products as well as their cars and chassis right off the bat. And that leads me to the next person in line, and that's Terry Flynn with Hardin Creek Slot Cars, HC Slots, the maker of the original Super 7. The guy is a wizard with everything as far as slot car goes. He's probably forgotten more than I'll ever remember or know. And so if you want your own Super 7 chassis, you can get them directly from him, or you can reach out to Steve and have them modified, or Steve with Rooster Racing and have them modified. But either way, support Terry, because he does all sorts of chassis besides just the Super 7s. We got Jag Hobbies, like I mentioned earlier. They got their own custom chassis that bolt, that snap right into the Mega G bodies. if you don't want to pin a body like what Steve does, as well as several other offerings for Thunder Jets and Ultra Jets and stuff like that. So be sure and support Jag Hobbies. And then, who else am I forgetting there? Oh, last but not least, Wizard High Performance. I use their parts also. So it's Wizard, Viper, and Super Tires are the three companies that I use besides Steve's Custom Aluminum Rims on my custom builds that I sell. So I strongly suggest you go by, support Wizard, get some of that black gold lube for yourself, pick up some parts for your car while you're there, make it a nice big purchase, make it worth your while. But guys, thank you so much for joining in. My apologies for taking an extra day to get these cars showing. Technology actually worked for a change, so thank you so much. Give me an hour and the invoices will start going out. I've got to feed the dogs, I've got to feed myself, and then since the computers aren't pissing me off, I'll be able to start getting out those invoices to everybody that purchased stuff from Saturday night and everybody that got a chassis. And once again, I have 2 more of those if anybody's interested. But guys, thank you so much for joining in tonight. I sincerely appreciate it. Be sure and check out everybody else's lives as they pop up, or videos. Rich's Slot Car Room put out a TYCO Tuesday. Got to check it out. It's about that blue-green Lamborghini. You guys have a good night. I'll talk to you all soon. Light some sparks and melt some plastic.